just standing back, looking at that wall, saying, there's going to be a hole here forever.
My life been entertained like watching the movie screen. As I set the scene, spring of 2018, I was married, living down the street from 218. I graduated, everything was going routine. On top of the world, feeling confident and supreme. I had reached all of my goals and accomplished my dreams. Like false confidence, not everything what it seems. The events that transpired you wouldn't foreseen. Self-esteem inflated, first episode in 7 years. The mania had me erratic, like drinking plenty beers. This was the worst outcome, my mama's biggest fears. My reflection, I called my wife to cry plenty tears. I wasn't sleeping, in constant motion, shifting gears. Family sending prayers, hoping it hits God's ears. Instead of hearing the praise and cheers from my peers, they was waiting to see the damage when the smoke clears. An explanation goes here, I'm type 1 bipolar, diagnosed in 11, that's the burden I shoulder. My insane actions, the type of shit I cry over. I've lost a lot, like in a game of night poker. It felt like a setback, life said try over. Obstacle over obstacle, I had to climb over. Let me explain further, I was speaking with so much zeal and fervor. My illness was hovering over me like a cursor. Was this the cursor? Cause this was the precursor that got me back in the game instead of an observer. Now draw closer, I was acting crazy like a maniac. I thought it had all the answers like I was a brainiac. Insanity, it was so crazy the way that I would act. No Academy Awards here, fam, no, this not an act. Truth be told, the hurt that was caused, I would take it back. I caused a lot of pain to my family like an aching back. I wasted good career opportunity, foolishly exposing my secrets more than a toddler's nudity. Man, I was manic, thinking it's my time musically. Thought I was Jesus, clearly I wasn't thinking lucidly. Now usually I'm thinking about what used to be. This episode was the beginning of the eulogy of my marriage. Not a happy ending, no horse and carriage, because I didn't have the courage and mindset to manage my medication despite the heartache and frustration. Those situations enlightened me to new information. This was the beginning, rebirth and transformation, foundation of being revived, reaching this vibration. Translation, I was blind, but now I see. Metaphorically, I was bonded, but now I'm free. It took some maturity and me finding some clarity. Look myself in the mirror and grow a pair. Apparently, transparency has always been my therapy. This who I be. Sound off from the legendary MAC. Local legend is cool if you never heard of me. Just know that I am changing that shit with urgency, and I mean that with all sincerity and conviction. My affliction came because all of my contradiction. The process of losing it all put me in position where I could gain the world and have the life I envision. My vision to make a change in the world like Nip. Victory lap inspired me as I would swing in the whip. Now I'm running my race, doing my thing as I dip.
A year and a half later, we laid the final brick, and my father stood back and he looked at me and my brother and said, "Don't y'all never tell me that you can't do something."